They had been walking for almost an hour when the jokes started drying up. At 16, the night still felt like a place where things happened. Streetlights buzzed, houses slept. Every sound felt louder because nothing else was moving. Marcus walked with his hands shoved deep into his hoodie, shoulders tight. He kept checking behind them, not because he thought someone was following, but because part of him hoped someone would be, something to break the quiet. Jalen kicked at a rock, sending it skittering across the sidewalk.
This neighborhood's dead. It's always dead. That's why nobody comes out here.
Chris replied. They had left Marcus's house after his mom went to bed. No plan, just the usual. Walking, talking trash, killing time because staying inside felt like suffocating. None of them said it out loud, but all three felt the same thing. That restless pressure, like the night was daring them to do something. Chris was the one who noticed the car first. A sedan rolled slowly down the cross street, headlights washing over the corner before stopping at the light. The driver was alone, window cracked, music low. Chris slowed. Jalen noticed.
What?
Chris nodded toward the car.
Just saying.
Marcus frowned.
Saying what?
Chris didn't answer right away. He didn't need to. The idea hung there, ugly and electric. Jalen laughed, but it sounded forced.
Man, you're stupid.
But his eyes didn't leave the car. The light turned green. The sedan rolled forward, tires humming softly. Marcus felt his chest tighten.
We're not doing that. That's dumb.
Chris shrugged.
I didn't say anything.
But the night had already shifted. Marcus could feel it. That moment where things stopped being hypothetical. They kept walking, but slower now. The car disappeared down the road, and for a moment, Marcus felt relief. Then something else crept in. Disappointment. And that scared him more. Jalen broke the silence.
You ever think about how easy it would be?
Marcus snapped back.
No.
Chris smirked.
Cops don't even come out here quick.
Marcus stopped walking.
I said no.
Jalen stopped too. For a second, it looked like the moment might die there. But then another car turned onto the street ahead of them. Older, parked halfway down the block, engine still running. The driver was on his phone. Nobody spoke. Marcus's heart started pounding so hard he could feel it in his ears. His brain screamed at him to keep walking, to turn around, to go home. But his feet stayed planted. Jalen swallowed.
Just think about it.
Chris took a step forward. That was all it took. The next moments blurred together in Marcus's memory later. He would remember pieces, the smell of exhaust, the way his hands shook, the sound of his own breathing too loud, too fast. They approached the car, shadows stretching long under the streetlights. The driver looked up, confused, then alarmed. Marcus's thoughts fractured. This isn't real. This is stupid. I can still walk away. But he didn't. The driver yelled something. A door opened. Someone tried to move. Marcus couldn't remember who touched the door. He only remembered the sudden chaos, voices overlapping, panic on the driver's face. Then the car lurched. Suddenly they were inside. The world narrowed to the hum of the engine and the street racing past too fast. Jalen was laughing. Not because it was funny, but because he didn't know what else to do. Chris's eyes were wide, locked forward.
Go, go, go!
Marcus felt sick. Every passing second made it worse. The thrill burned off fast, replaced by something heavy and cold.
What if they call the cops?
Chris snapped back.
They already did.
That shut everyone up. Red and blue lights exploded behind them. Jalen swore.
Already?
The siren wailed once, sharp and commanding. Marcus's stomach dropped. This is it, he thought. This is the moment everything changes. Chris tried to stay calm, but his hands shook on the wheel. The car sped up, then slowed, unsure. More lights appeared ahead. Jalen started breathing hard.
We're trapped.
Marcus stared at the dashboard, suddenly aware of how young his hands looked, how wrong this felt.
Pull over.
Chris hesitated. The siren wailed again.
Pull over!
Chris did. The car rolled to a stop under a streetlight. Doors flew open. Commands filled the air.
Hands up, now!
Marcus raised his hands, heart hammering. He could barely hear anything over the blood rushing in his ears. They were pulled out, one by one. Cold pavement under their knees. Plastic cuffs biting into their wrists. Marcus stared at the ground. He didn't cry. He didn't speak. He felt hollow. An officer read them their rights. Another spoke into a radio. The driver stood off to the side, shaken but unharmed. Jalen was crying now. Quiet, broken sobs. Chris looked straight ahead, jaw clenched, eyes glossy. Marcus thought of his mom, of her asleep in her room, believing he was safe, of how she would look when she got the call. At the station, everything moved slowly. Paperwork, fingerprints, photos. The adrenaline was gone. Only reality remained. They sat on a bench in a holding area, separated but close enough to hear each other breathe. Jalen whispered,
I didn't think it'd be like this.
Marcus stared at the wall.
I did.
The cell door closed with a sound Marcus would never forget. Solid. Final. Later, alone on the narrow bench, Marcus replayed the night over and over. The moment he could have walked away, the second he didn't. He realized something then. Not all mistakes feel big when you make them. Some feel small, quiet, almost accidental, until they aren't. The lights never went fully dark. Morning came without ceremony. They would be processed, charged, held. Their names added to records that didn't care how scared they had been or how young. Marcus lay back, staring at the ceiling. The night was over, and none of them would walk home again.